Welcome to the South African Football Fan Podcast. For the fans, by the fans.
Now, he's looking for his name and the production is at Sundowns, and the name is at Kaizer Chiefs. So now, what do you do?
The scale is not balanced.
What do you do? Otherwise, we're going to end up pointing you with fingers. Have you ever seen when Kaizer Chiefs is playing, everyone is always looking at Kamabilia. They go like, Kamabilia.
When is he going to score?
Kamabilia. And there's 11 players inside the field.
Yeah.
That's unnecessary pressure for him. Whereas at Sundowns, no pressure. All is star quality players.
Yeah.
And when you are with quality, then you blossom.
Yeah.
And my brother, it's quality.
Yeah.
There we have players now who are chasing their 7th league at Sundowns. It's quality. Your Shompos, your Lafort, your Onyambos, you understand? So that's a big team. So when we recruit, that's what also came to that, how is it to wrap your shoulders with Shombo?
With
Onyambo.
And you had the goalkeeper that they called a bench warmer. He says when they ask him about Sundowns, do you think it's enough, Kennedy, what you've done so far? He says, hey, success is never enough. How do you say you are enough with success? Yeah. That's how we are.
Talking about Kamabilia, like when you play for Kaizer Chiefs, I can see the difference between when you play with Sundowns. Chiefs, everything depends on him.
He even takes throw-ins.
Yeah, he goes and collects balls from outside and asks the defender to go forward and score while he's supposed to be scoring.
No, they'll trap for him.
Yes, you understand. So you can see the difference. I guess it's one thing that we never look at when we are recruiting players. You see, now Pitso is recruiting. I'll just go back and forth. Pitso is recruiting Mudiba and Mokoena. And if you look at the gameplay of Mokoena and Mudiba, particularly Mokoena, I would have loved to have him even this season at Mamelodi Sundowns because that is future. Understand?
Yeah.
We're talking about patience here. The guy is patient. Now let me move to Kamabilia. The difference in between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, there's a difference between Ajax Cape Town and Mamelodi Sundowns, how we played at Ajax, you understand? Even at Kaizer Chiefs. Difference is that he never gets the support that he used to get from Mamelodi Sundowns. You must remember, we play there as a team. We don't want to score 20 goals as an individual. He knows that from Sundowns. But now, the load that he's carrying at Sundowns, it forces him to go to take the balls and throw in, you understand, so that he can quickly score, of which is difficult. I actually feel for him at some point, but I know that it's a route that he chose himself. We love him. And to be honest, I would love to have him back because we still have the material that made him Kamabilia that we know.
Sompo is still there.
Sompo is still there. He's going to give him those balls.
And he's got unfinished business.
And he's got unfinished business. You have got a calf to chase. You understand? We are chasing two stars at the same time. We want to, what is that term? We're beating the bait by one stone. Something like that. You understand? But we want to catch them both. Having Kamabilia, and I know for sure that he won't play 5, 6, 7 games. We'll be playing, we'll be achieving other things here without him. But when we are playing Congo somewhere, some other time, Kamabilia will be there and score in the Champions League. So therefore, what I mean to say is that his quality is there. Nobody should underestimate him. He's got quality. That is a great player. I would love to have that wizard back from back to Sundowns because now actually his future is going to be doomed at Kaizer Chiefs. In any case, I didn't want to say that, but he's a brilliant guy.
Yeah. Well, I think the difference between Sundowns winning the Champions League is with Kamabilia, because I saw last season when you guys were playing, it could have made a difference between you guys progressing.
You exactly share my sentiments, you know. You could see that it's not like Sundowns wasn't good. But it's just that you needed that element, that karma element, you know. And if ever he's coming back, I welcome him. If the rest of the supporters of Mamelodi Sundowns don't welcome him, we will make him a BIB shirt. The castle shirt and say, this is yours, we love you, bruh. You need to bring that little element add to this quality that we have. You could see the flow of the passes, but you need that. I don't know what is it that he has, but it springs out when he's amongst other players who can give more support in terms of what he needs to do. Then he can execute.
Yeah, there's that element also. Even not only on the Champions League, also you can, even if you look at the league towards the end of the season, because there was that element in Sundowns players of knowing what to do now. Billiard had that thing, because if you look at the last game we lost in the Champions League last season, we were good in that game. We were supposed to win that game, but we needed that particular billiard, that billiard touch, that factor. Yes, the factor in that game. It's a very same thing also. If you watch most of the Sundowns game, towards the end of any season, you can see that you see now it's not Sundowns is playing. No, it's maturity. It's maturity play. They know exactly what to do now. When things are like this, what to do. So yes, you can always welcome that guy with open hands. If he really wants to play for Mamelodi Sundowns,
if he wants to
we
win
will
things.
support him.
If he wants to win things.
Otherwise, we're gonna beat him at the Shell Cup.
And you'll be more frustrated.
Again. And he won't be beaten by Sompokekan. There will be the Fabregas. What is this guy's name? Lucky Muhu. It's Fabregas. We'll be putting Fabregas in there. We'll put it Kulisa in there. And on the post there, we'll put them. You understand? You just put everybody who wants to play, whom we are not intending to play them in the league this season. Understand? Those who we are still grooming. If Mukwena would have been here, we would play Mukwena there, and then they would beat the whole Kaizer Chiefs with Katanda inside.
And over the weekend, the MTN clash between Celtics.
It's a good one. Because I think Sundowns like challenges, because Celtics is proving to be good. Not because of the 5-0, but if you even watch the game they played against Orlando Pirates, and they are gelling so well, nicely together, but unfortunately on the weekend in the MTN 8, unfortunately, this is what Sundowns likes. Coach Pitso in the Champions League, he'd always say, you can see that now Sundowns is drawn with the big boys. And there is this thing of big boys, and it makes you to put in a lot of effort. For the fact that now they beat Golden Arrows 5-0, I think they made Sundowns to change the strategy now and go like, we're going to play against Celtics like it's Bloemfontein Celtics. But now that they won 5-0, you go like, you know what? Now we gotta change. I think I can promise you that we are going to win this one. Obviously, not because Celtics is weak, but because of the intensity they increased, or the level of football they are playing this season. Now they are making us to go higher. Almost when something is under you, when it goes up, you go up. Sundowns is not going down. We are going up. If you say now you are upping your performance, what do you think what's happening there at the top? We are becoming better and better and better. That's why even if one of our members used to say, even if Celtics can take us to play in phase 6, we will still win. Because of now, Sundowns is getting better by the day. We are playing at different grounds, bumpy pitches, of which other teams doesn't have that opportunity. They only play on flat grounds. You can imagine now, when we are used to playing on a bumpy pitch and we get a flat one, what will happen?
So, Sundowns going to take it. Not because you're undermine Celtic as you said, but because Sundowns, because remember also this MTN 8 is the only cup which has eluded our coach at Mamelodi Sundowns. So every time you will always say that yes, with MTN 8, yes. With the MTN 8 years, I will always go an extra mile. So I think also the players they share the very same sentiment with the coach, that they also wanted to win that MTN 8. So the senior players, the fans, we want it more. We want that MTN. So Sundowns cannot do this to us. More especially with Celtic.
But even if they do it, Sundowns will always be good. We will be happy at the end of the day because everybody is doing his duties. Sundowns is going to play well. That's all I know against Celtic. We're going to play well. That I can promise. Whether we win, we lose, we are going to play well. And when we play well, there are chances to win.
I love it when you say Sundowns with Celtics is going to play well. I agree with you 100%. That would have been a good practice playing with Celtics because with the level the level of effort that I put into the field of play, particularly this season, these two games, even the Pirates game, as much as my friend here has mentioned, it was a good game. Having lost it though, but they played quite a good game. I think Pitso is looking at Celtics as a good practicing team, preparing for the CAF Champions League and preparing for everything going forward, even winning the 10th league title that we are chasing. Because you must remember, when you play with the best, you become the best. Yes, understand?
They came at the right time.
They came at the right time.
Can you just maybe guess the starting lineup that's going to be playing over the weekend?
Over the weekend, guessing the starting 11 at Sundowns is not as easy as with other teams.
You just throw everybody.
We can't guess, that says our lineup is not an obvious one. You saw what happened yesterday. You saw what happened over the weekend. You saw what happens during the game, your Super Sport. And now you are putting us in a corner, But that's what we like. We like to be in the corner.
We need to be
unfortunately, predictions will be predicting the lineup. But if I had to give my lineup, I would give Udenis a chance to be between the sticks, and we take Utata. I love Morena playing forward, and we take Utata, Simbegeku right back, and then Tata, and then left back, the ever reliable number 4, jersey number 4 will always be there, and then
Langa.
The centre back pairing, I love Arense. I think he should be there, and then play him with Lebusa, and then in the middle of the park I would take I think the skipper must rest a bit anyway. The skipper has played a lot of games, and I feel for him at times. Then we can play Sugar, Mhlawumbi Nomanyis, and then up front, we play, I don't know, they are called the terrible 4. That 4 will stay like that. That will be Morena, that will be Mabue, that will be Zwane, that will be Gaston. But in the place of Gaston, I would take Villagas so that we can play a bit slower, because Celtics is fast. And then as soon as you get the ball, then you attack them slowly because they'll be rushing, and those passes on the box. Sundowns is the only team that can go to the opponent's box and pass it back to the goalkeeper and go like, what, it's not working, guys, let's refresh and start again. Other teams, when they're at the box, they go like, yes, that's our opportunity. We will never ever get here.
We always get there. We always get there. We're patient. I would also go with his lineup. That pace that Celtics has, particularly when they break, when you have pressed them, it's going to hurt any other team that they are going to play. If all these 15 teams are not looking at it, they are going to. Celtics is one of the teams that I think, if that squad is not going to be messed up, it's going to cause havoc. But I'll also go with his lineup, whereby after just jumping the center, we need to be a little bit slow, because Gaston sometimes normally rushes all those passes and go, you understand, how he is. But I would say Villa, so that he can just hold those balls and we create those diamonds, we pass within the box so that they can make those little errors, we get those goals. But it's going to be quite a good game.
I don't have anything to say because that will be based on what I want on that particular day. So guessing is always like that.
Yeah, but you're putting us on a spot.
Yeah,
We told you that the coach is the one who's doing that job. The job is to support. Basically, we're going to support everyone who is on the line. Be it Kennedy Mwene, be it whoever we are going to support. Full support.
And okay, one last thing. When the Pitso started, the league announced that the PSL won't have the rights to broadcast the matches from the TV to radio stations. What's your opinion about that? Because majority of South Africans don't have access to DSTV because they have to pay for it.
I can say to that, we come from the branch which supporting football at the stadium.
Oh, okay.
That blackout is a problem to those not Sundowns fans, soccer fans. I mean, who like to watch their teams on TV. But as for us, we love to watch our Sundowns at the stadium. We want that atmosphere. So whether there is a blackout or no blackout, it doesn't cause that much damage. But yes, I feel for those because there's a difference. There is a supporter, there is a fan, and there is that person who only loves to Sundowns when it's on TV. So for us as BIBs, it's not going to cause any so much damage on us because even if I was to watch the game at my place, we don't do that. We watch it as a branch. We watch Sundowns as a branch. We don't watch Sundowns as an individual. So for us as a Bloemfontein independent branch, it's not going to affect us that much because wherever we will be, we'll be able to watch Sundowns play.
And I think be it a business transaction or any other way, I think it still has got disadvantages and advantages. Advantages being one of these, what Kim Musa said, that at least it will encourage people to be more involved at the stadiums. And if it's a business transaction, then meaning that, South Africans, meaning somebody wants the whole money to be directed to a certain company because of this and that. But what makes me happy is that at least it will give us that drive that we never had to be able to go to watch our teams play. Not to say that it's okay, because there are those people who can't even afford to go to the stadium. They can't even afford to buy the dish and everything. And for them, I feel for them. But anyway, that's the unfortunate part of life. Life is always unfair. And I like it when it's just, because justice, you look at different things. I look where you stay, where I'm staying. I'm not hitting you with the same Iswazelfanai, because I can look at you and go like, no, you're wearing green, I'm wearing gray, so maybe gray is tougher than green, then I'll hit more on the gray, but now and it's painful because other people won't have access to whatever we have access on.
On that note, I think the SABC and PSL, all those financial transactions, stumbling blocks, I think they are hitting very hard on the less fortunate individuals, coming from the certain area as well, because I'm coming from rural areas. Back in the days, we struggled to have a coverage of games, even the black and white then, and we only were reverted to radio stations, of which, if now the coverage is not there, a bigger portion of those rural areas, those less fortunate people, I think they will suffer. For us who are closer to stadiums, we will forever be able to go there, and I know that there's some even closer to the stadium that they cannot even have or afford to go to the stadiums. But as a BIBS member, I can tell you, the minute they talked about it, I didn't even entertain it, because now it doesn't cause any harm from my side. I had a DSTV, I even cancelled it, put it away, because now I'm serious, you understand? It's like I've never watched Sundowns in a television, you understand? Whenever Sundowns play, I go to the stadium.
You can find us on SoundCloud, AudioMac, and YouTube at NIR Media. Feel free to send us your opinions or views about the show at nirmedia17@gmail.com.